What is up, everybody? The Titan Bros are back. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make a prediction video for the Texans game. We ran out of time, and it being on Saturday, and it was just wasn't able to get a video out, which is fine because I think any prediction we would have had would have probably gone out the window. Besides saying Derrick Henry would have a good game, which he did. But Tennessee Titans, as you know, lost to the Texans. We got the Cowboys tomorrow evening. So this is going to be kind of like a brief recap and a brief preview of the next game. So that's basically going to be the layout of this video.
Yeah. So we couldn't make a video last weekend because one, we was kind of down for the count after that poor performance, but also it's Christmas weekend, so we was all busy with plans. You going here, I'm going there, and it was just a hectic weekend, so couldn't make it, but we're back to make the, like you said, a recap / a preview video here. But there wasn't really much to that's good about the Texans game at all. Besides, like you said, Derrick Henry did well, and I would say what's kind of surprising though is Henry's actually done well when it comes to getting 100 yards, even a touchdown. The last 7 weeks, but it hasn't really translated to wins, which normally it does.
No, yeah, there for a while, there was like this crazy stat that like when Derrick Henry went for over 100 yards, Titans were like 15-2 or something like that. But he went for over 100 yards and a touchdown against the Texans. Who we played before that?
Chargers.
He went for over 100 yards and a touchdown against them, and we lost. And like he's playing fine. Which is good. If you remember correctly, he had this 2-game stretch where he had like 50 yards and 25 yards.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
The only thing I don't like is he's putting the ball on the ground a little bit right now.
Yeah, that's the only issue I'm having with his game is he's fumbled, I think, 4 times this year, and it's been 3 games in a row, I think.
Yeah, which is not like him.
No, it's not. It's not. I don't know what's going on.
And I will say this: the fumble last week definitely you could have said cost us.
Yeah, they got a field goal off of that drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, so yeah, quick recap of the Texans game. That was disgusting, and I want to be so upset because before they played us, they only had 1 win. But then another part of me says, I don't even know who these players are. Our best player on defense was Jack Gibbons, was the linebacker. Hooker is obviously out again.
Get a pick.
He did get a pick. Jack Gibbons actually did have a solid game. But it goes back to, I don't even know who these people are. If you stop and think about that'd be almost a fun thing to do if I had time and energy, is get that initial 53-man depth chart as soon as training camp was over and just see how many of those people are even playing, because I don't feel like there's many of them that are.
Yeah. I'll say this though, I would like to see some of our stars, Jeffrey Simmons or Kevin Byard, someone like that step up, especially Kevin Byard. He got a pick against the Chargers, didn't he? But other than that, he's been kind of quiet. And so I would like to see a superstar step up, and no one's really stepping up right now. And, I know a lot of people like to blame injuries, but there's a lot of teams injured. And I hate blaming injuries. I do. I think you got to have the next man up mentality. And I still think there's plenty of people out there starters for us that's not playing well. I think there's plenty of blame to go around that you don't just point at fingers, and say they suck. Like Roger would get
Roger McCreary.
Yes, exactly. He's technically a starter right now, wouldn't you say? And he got torched pretty good against the Texans.
Here's his problem: he's not a number 1 corner. He's a rookie cornerback who's supposed to be sliding in at the number 2. Christian Fulton just don't play football. He just doesn't.
Him and Hooker.
Hooker and that old. Fulton. I literally just said his name. Fulton. Yeah, for some reason they don't stay on the field. They do not stay on the field. Hooker is even worse than Fulton, and I don't get it. I really don't get what these people are made of.
Mm-mm.
People are just, and Bud Dupree's done the same thing. Both years we've had him in a couple games, out a couple games, in a couple games. Yeah. I'm like, what is this? It was nice to have Autry back.
It was,
but the cornerbacks are so bad. as long as the O-line can buy the quarterback just enough time to get the ball off, who's making a play on the ball besides Jack Jones?
I agree. Offensively, man, our offensive line's terrible. It's just bad. Daly's awful. But right now, I'll give you the excuse to off the line of injuries. I mean, Ben Jones didn't play. Nate Davis didn't play. Daly is a starter, but he sucks. Actually, I still say
technically Dennis Daly's not a starter. Taylor Lewan was.
Oh, that's true.
Because he technically started a game, finished the game, and then hurt himself in the first drive of the second game. Yeah. So, technically Dennis Daly's a backup. Aaron Brewer should be a backup, but Aaron Brewer's a starter. Ben Jones is out, so didn't have a starter center. Nate Davis was out, so we had a backup right guard in Jordan Roos. And then it's supposed to be Dylan Radins who won the job at NPF, ended up winning it, and even he actually ended up getting injured and missing the rest of the game. We had Raven LaCroft or something like that stepping in at right tackle.
Offensive line's a joke. Malik Willis, I want to see more out of this guy because he still has wild eyes. His face still looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. Like he's still above his head. When he's on the sidelines, he does not look like a relaxed, chill dude that's done this 100 times in his life. He looks still like he's over his skis, and that is a look that you don't want to see a quarterback have.
No, he looks like I'm not in Liberty anymore. Look to his face.
Well, and that pick he threw, and I get it, that was a lot of pressure on him trying to go down there and score. That was a terrible pick. He just looked that receiver down the whole time. The linebacker, I think it was the linebacker, read him, and he just threw it literally right there on the chest, right to him.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't see, because he's short, so you think he'd have to look straight through the guy's chest. Yeah. I don't know how he didn't see it. Now, the second pick I'm not worried about. It was just a jump throw ball at the very last play.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that was the right thing to do. I don't understand why he threw to one guy by himself over there and then threw it short of the end zone as well. So I'm a little confused about where he decided to go with it. He should have put that in the middle of the field where everybody was. But, that pick killed us because really we were moving it there for a second.
We was.
We had plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
Because, we had to stop them and getting the ball back.
This is an observation I had when I was watching it on the game. And I don't know if you blame Malik Willis for this or Todd Downing or both, but I dislike Todd Downing so much that I want to blame him. May not be his fault, but it's one of those. But, Malik Willis, when he was getting drafted, they said his strengths and weaknesses. They had a long list of weaknesses, but one of his strengths was this guy's got a cannon of arm. This guy can throw far. Have we had any deep passes from him at all during the regular season? Like, has he tried a deep pass? I don't think so, besides that Hail Mary that he threw a pick on. But I don't even see him trying to throw bombs right now. I'm like, that's supposed to be a strength of his.
Yeah, I agree, and it's annoying because, you're right. He had a very athletic and a cannon of an arm, and yet all they do is make him just snap it and try to just find a quick turnaround route and throw it.
Literally, he's throwing like 2-yard passes. You know what I mean? And
I think he had a 4-yard average is what he had.
If he was throwing deep, I don't know. This might be crazy, but maybe people would back off a little bit, open up the box a little bit, or if nothing else, maybe our receivers then can catch short ones and have some space to do something with it. But
the fact that Derrick Henry was able to get over 100 yards is amazing to me because they just kept everything short. Because why would you not?
Here's a question. And I meant to pay attention to this and I forgot. Is Mason McGrath out again or is he playing? Because I didn't notice him at all last week.
I think he's still in, but if I'm being honest with you, for the third game in a row, I wasn't able to sit down and watch it until the very last drive because I was working, but I had the game on, so I was listening to it.
Oh, yeah.
But I think McGrath is good.
I'm going to look real quick to see if he got any kind of stats. Now, he still could have played and not. He did get any catches, but I don't know if he actually played any or not. Either way, he's not really making a difference.
No, he's not. And, there just wasn't a lot. Well, here's the thing. I think there was no reason for us to lose that game. Because even though it was our backups, and sometimes it was our backups backup playing, I still looking at Derrick Henry having a good game. Our defense, for the most part, manhandled him.
What was the final score of that game?
19-14, I think.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah. So, I feel like our defense manhandled them for the most part, and Derrick Henry was on fire, not on fire, but solid. And I'm thinking, why did we lose that?
Yeah, because you have a quarterback that can't throw 100 yards and receivers that can't get open, and so basically whatever Derrick Henry gets, that's all the yards we get as an offense. If Henry runs for 120 yards, we're probably gonna have 130 yards for the game. You know what I mean? Because he's literally everything. So Henry can have a good game, but our offense total yards still really sucks because our receiving game, our passing game is completely 100% useless, painful to watch, useless.
Now, here's one thing that I've had an issue with all year, regardless of the receivers, the quarterback, the running back we had in, all of it. There's two. It's the issue with that's two. It's two separate issues, but they're kind of the same. First of all, why does our offensive line do so many penalties?
It does do a lot.
I think we have 3-4 drives every week that we end up punting because of a holding.
Yeah, because we definitely don't have an offense to overcome a holding penalty. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So a holding is like a drive-in.
Like there's so many times where we actually start moving, especially at least back with Tannehill. With Malik Willis, we couldn't do squat. But back with Tannehill, where we'd be moving the ball, and then there was a holding. And as soon as that happens, like, that's the end of the drive. Mm-hmm. And we punt it. We move the ball. Oh, looks like a holding. End of drive. And a lot of times I don't understand it. Like, I know our offense ain't great, but, like, if it's 1st and 15, why can't we get 15 yards?
Well, technically the holding is 10 yards, but.
Well, I said for a false start.
Oh, false start. Yeah.
Sometimes it's false starts.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, and we've had a lot of illegal formations this year too.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the problem is all we have to do is throw 2-yard passes. So you have to throw a lot of 2-yard passes to pick up 15 yards. Also, we don't have anyone for yaks. Like, no one really picks up yards after catch for us.
Yeah, not just that, but nobody's ever open. So if they do catch it, then they immediately go.
Oh, that's true. And with me saying that, I just thought, what happened to Kyle Phillips? Is he hurt still?
Yep, still on IR.
Is he after the season officially, or is he just?
No. Actually, somebody just asked Vrabel a couple days ago. They asked if he's expecting Kyle Phillips or David Long to come back, which was a dumb question because David Long can't come back. The earliest he can come back is the Jags game. But he said he does not foresee any of those two being activated this week. So technically, yeah, Kyle Phillips still could.
Kyle Phillips is we have this person every year in the training camp where there's somebody that gets a lot of attention and we get so pumped about. All the Titan beat writers are writing about these people, about a certain person that this guy's great, and we get excited. And then every time in the regular season, the bust, sometimes because of skill, sometimes because of injuries. Kyle Phillips was this year's version of that. You can blame him on injuries because he hasn't played much, but boy, has he not helped this team whatsoever.
Bracey McMath, too. Bracey McMath and Kyle Phillips was like the number 1 and number 2 spark of this offense for the offseason. And both of them literally have spent almost the entire year in IR. So,
what I hate about that, though, is with them not playing, we don't really have okay, we should, get some receivers in fix up the receiving core, or the Titans will go with the approach of let's do the same thing because we really think Kyle Phillips and Bracey McGrath can really help us, but they didn't because they thought, you know what I mean? So we didn't get any answers, and that's what I hate. You're still stuck with what do we have in these two because you really don't know.
Yeah, I think that a bigger issue is why are we putting so many eggs in one basket, expecting a second-year 6th-round pick and a rookie 5th-round pick to be our saviors?
I agree. I think the thing is we need another weapon, but I also think our number 1 priority should be the offensive line. So we'll see what they go with, though. But
here's the thing: if today's Thursday, or Wednesday, so in about 10 days, it's very possible our season's over. So we can absolutely dive into all these discussions and whatnot soon. But I guess that's enough bashing about the Texans game. Now we're going to do the most half-hearted preview ever against the Cowboys on Thursday Night Football because I don't know if I've alluded to it yet or not, but this game is 100% pointless. If Titans win and Jags lose this week, the Jags can still just beat us and go to the playoffs. Or we can lose this week and the Jacksonville Jaguars win this week, but as long as we beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, we'll still go to the playoffs. So literally this is a 100% pointless matchup, and there is a injury report that I'm going to quickly go over to absolutely show that. Okay, doubtful, Danico Autry, Christian Fulton, and Derrick Henry are all doubtful, which I fully – no, I don't know about Fulton because he's made of glass, but Autry and Henry,
So Henry's not playing?
Doubtful. He's doubtful. Yeah, so I think Autry and Henry would play if this was Week 18 against the Jags, but they're not playing because it's a pointless game, and they know that.
I'll say this, though, real quick. Sorry to interrupt. No Henry, and we got Malik Willis. This offense would be lucky to get a field goal, especially that off the line.
Sounds dramatic, but I agree with you. Because, what's it going to be? Hassan Haskins? Because if you remember correctly, Dondre Hilliard, he's on the IR too. He's been on the IR because everybody's on the IR. So it's literally going to be rookie fourth round, Hassan Haskins, and the rookie third round quarterback Malik Willis throwing to rookie Chigakonkwo and rookie Traylon Burks. So literally it's our whole rookie class is our starting offense right now. And if NPF play, actually, I grabbed the wrong paper. NPF is out. So, I'm going to go ahead and run through the list who's out. Dylan Cole, out. Zach Cunningham, out. So, there's two of our middle linebackers. So, it looks like Jack Gibbons and Monty Rice get
Zach Cunningham came in and out real fast to me.
Yeah, it's elbow, too. So, I'm assuming it's the same one that kept him out almost the whole year. If he doesn't get cut, I'll be mad. But, anyways, Bud Dupree, just like we talked about earlier, out. Amani Hooker, just like we talked about earlier, out. NPF, Nicholas Petit-Frere, out. Obviously, Ryan Tannehill, out. Josh Thompson, don't actually know who he is. I think he's a cornerback, but he's out. And then Jeffrey Simmons is actually out as well.
Oh, my goodness. Cowboys are literally going against the practice squad team.
Literally.
I don't like to use that excuse. And I think some of this, if not a lot of it, like you said, is that this game's useless. So why, if someone has a nagging injury, why push them through this game? I get that. But at the same time, it's a home game. You're going to have people pay $100 tickets, more than that, to watch a bunch of people lose 50-0. So that's going to suck for the fans at the game, just saying.
Yeah, it's shameful. And here's the Cowboys. Out, Leighton Vander Esch. I remember I wanted him there for a while. We took Rashawn Evans instead, but I think he came off the board before it got to us. But anyways, he's out. And then questionable is Tony Pollard and Micah Parsons. That's it. It's so funny. And we keep talking about how you don't want to use the injury excuse as to why your team's bad or losing. But this happens every single week where I list 10, 15 players who's either out, doubtful, or questionable. And then for them, one questionable, one out, everybody else is good. Right? And it's every single week. It's literally laughable.
I would say this, though. It's got to be something. You could blame Vrabel. You could blame the training staff. But at this point, I am not one for coincidence. And this is now 2 years in a row. And honestly, it hasn't been this bad. But honestly, since Vrabel's been there, we've had injury problems. There's something going on. You got to find out what it is and file somebody. Either our training staff sucks, Vrabel goes too hard at practices, or doesn't go hard enough, however you want to look at it. Something's happening. This is not coincidence. Something's happening that's killing our players, and we got to get to the bottom of this because we ain't winning no Super Bowls with an injury list looking like that every week.
No, I agree. I completely agree.
Last year was like this. And I'm like, wow, that rotten luck we had. And now it's the exact same way again. And I'm like, okay, something's up. I don't know what it is. I don't know who to blame. I really don't. But I think something's up. I don't think this is coincidence, if you ask me.
No, I don't think so either. And honestly, injuries, we had more injuries last year, but I almost feel like we had worse injuries this year because all of our starters just about have missed time or are currently missing time. And then even though Derrick Henry's our best player on offense, the quarterback's the most important position.
It is.
If nothing else, we had Tannehill for all of our games last year, and Tannehill being out, and even when he is in, his ankle's just not been good. Like, it was the Chargers he hurt himself on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like he finished that game, but like he was not healthy at all. Like if he hadn't hurt his ankle, he probably would have done a whole lot better.
I say this. I watched the game, I guess. But I just by hearing your injury list, the Cowboys should be disappointed if they don't beat us by 20 points. Like if they beat us only by 10 points, they should be disappointing themselves. This game should be ugly. And if you're asking me what my prediction of the score is, it's probably gonna be 42-7. No, actually, we're not gonna score a touchdown. Malik Willis don't score touchdowns. We're gonna be 3 probably. I'm gonna say 3.
I was gonna say the only way we'll break us 7 points to get touchdowns if Derrick Henry breaks a long run. I was like, oh, Derrick Henry's probably not playing either.
That's it. Our offense is done. Like I'm gonna be sitting there thinking I'm gonna have better things to do with my life than watching this game. Like I feel like I'm really gonna watch the first half. I'm like, I am done with this.
That's it. I could very well see myself turning it off pretty quick because I'll probably watch the first hour and a half or so because it'll start at 8, so that'll take me till about 9:30 or so. And then once it's so out of hand and it's getting late, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I want to watch it because I like to be informed to talk to you people about what's going on because I like to have some clue what I'm talking about. But at the same time, I don't want to sit there and watch a blowout of our third strings getting blown out by the Cowboys starters. Oh, that's terrible. This is gonna be ugly.
It's gonna be so ugly. I do it all the time in preseason games where I'll watch the first half, and then once it's like I don't know who these people are, and we're usually when we're getting beat because I feel like we always get beat in the preseason. I'm like I don't know who these people are, and we're getting beat. Then I'll just go do something else with my life. That's kind of probably how I'm gonna be this week. I'm gonna be like I don't know who these people are, and we're getting beat to a pulp. So yeah, I'm not even talking about matchups or anything because I'm not looking at matchups. I don't care. I don't care. I mean, I'm still probably gonna be crazy and rooting and excited when we do a good play and annoyed and angry when something bad happens. But this game does not matter at all.
How many loses is this? Could be 7 or 6.
How many lose? Oh,
in a row.
Yeah, it'll be 6. This will be a 6th loss.
6. That's pretty bad and sad to think. Like, the worst teams sometimes don't lose 6 in a row, so that's pretty sad that we're about to do that.
Probably 7, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
that would be insane. That we will have gone from 7-3, looking good, to 7-10.
That's ridiculous. And I would say heads need to roll, but we already fired John Robinson, so I think maybe the head already did roll because Vrabel's not going to get fired, and I'm not even saying he should, but I'm thinking just people that's going to get fired have already gotten fired, so I don't think anything is going to happen. But 7-3 to 7-10 is actually unacceptable. Like that's unacceptable, and it's just hard to watch because, and you say this all the time, and you are probably correct because it didn't have to, but our Super Bowl window shut so hard and so fast, and our Super Bowl window's over. And like you say all the time, the problem is it didn't have to be over. But for some reason, John Robinson just didn't like to keep players. He paid too much for the wrong players, and our Super Bowl window is shut.
Yeah, it's really what the issue was is in 2020, first-round pick, Isaiah Wilson. 2021, first-round pick, Caleb Farley. Second-round pick, Dylan Radins.
Yeah.
Like, those first and second-round picks are supposed to be helping your football team. One of them's not even on it. One of them spent most of the time on the IR, and then the other one, Dylan Radins, can't even crack the starting lineup, even though he had a fair shot to earn a roster starting role. So,
I'll say this though. After this year, we got to give it a Todd Downing. Just got to. I don't want another season with him. Oh, I don't want that. I would be like, it's just gonna be the same thing if we come out though, Todd Downing. It's just gonna be the same thing. Here's the thing. I was just thinking about this at work. the Falcons suck. They actually suck more than I thought they would. They start off decent, and they got 5 wins. Okay, so they suck. What if Arthur Smith gets fired? Can we bring him back?
Yeah, I'm 100% for that. That's literally what I was going to say before you started talking. I was going to say, we need Arthur Smith back. And yeah, it's going to be 2 years in a row where they're just not good at all. So, I mean, it's happened before, obviously. Like Josh McDaniels, as you know, he left for a head coaching gig, didn't work out, so he just went right back to being the offensive coordinator for the Patriots. So, it's a thing. It could be a thing. And Arthur Smith spent so much time with our franchise. Yeah. And we would definitely welcome back with open arms. It's not like we fired him. He just got promoted and left. So I would be a perfect situation. But I guess, first of all, we need to see if Todd Downing gets fired. And if he better. But if he does, then obviously we'll be hungry for something to talk about in the offseason. Yeah. So if he gets fired, we can start talking about who we think should be it. I'll tell you one little thing I'll say about it before we move on. It better not be another promotion in the building.
No. Oh, no. We do that too much. We do that way too much.
Yeah, we do.
Because honestly,
I lied. Tim Kelly, I would be open to giving Tim Kelly a shot.
You want to give him a chance? I don't know. And maybe the problem is there's not many out there. But I want a proven guy. I get so tired of us bringing these people like, maybe they have potential. We did that with, I just said his name, Falcons coach.
Arthur Smith.
Yes, we did have Arthur Smith, and he walked out. I get it, but too many times. Sorry, when I think of that, sometimes I think about that short dude that was Jake Locke's offensive coordinator. Palmer? No, Logan?
Dowell.
Yeah, him. I just think about that. But I'm like, there's going to be probably some fired head coaches, and maybe some of these fired head coaches was good offensive coordinators. Maybe we should try to sweep some of those up, not just Arthur Smith. Maybe there might be some other ones.
I mean, yeah, I'd be okay with the Frank Reich or a
yes, actually, that would be good.
I would say Cliff Kingsbury because I think people are pretty sure he's getting the axe. Yeah. But I feel like he's just going to go back to college. He's never been like a play caller or a coordinator in the NFL. I think he just go back.
I think he would rather be a head coach in college.
But anyways, Dennis Kelly not Dennis Kelly. It's his brother. I just said his name. Tim Kelly. Tim Kelly. Yeah, I don't know why we can't remember names tonight. I don't know what the deal is, but Tim Kelly. He's not just a no-namer. He was the offensive coordinator for the Texans there for a couple of years, and then once they traded Deshaun Watson away, they just gave everybody the X. So I don't know. He would be the only one on our roster, our offensive coaching staff. I mean, that I would be okay with. Like if we just did our Titans coach, who I don't even know who it is right now because we keep going through them. If we went for Pat O'Hara, the quarterback's coach, I mean, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Rob Moore, the wide receivers coach, or I just.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we're 27-ish minutes into our video. Is there anything you want to say about the Cowboys game? Because at this point, we're accidentally being very future-driven in our thoughts.
That's all we got right now. But not really, because, again, like you said, this game's useless, and it's going to get out of hand real fast. And so this game does not tickle my interest whatsoever. It really doesn't.
Here's the thing. I agree with you, because here's the thing. Our best aspect as a football team right now is our pass rush. But you think about Harold Landry, Danico Autry, Jeffrey Simmons, Bud Dupree. Landry's on IR. Bud Dupree's out. Jeffrey Simmons is out. Autry is doubtful. So literally all four of them probably aren't playing.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is ridiculous. I mean, we have Kevin Byard. Woo! But it's laughable. Like, literally laughable. Think about our inside linebackers. David Long, Zach Cunningham. Both of them out. Think about our starting corners. We got Roger McCreary, Christian Fulton, Caleb Farley. Farley's out. Fulton's out. We got McCreary.
At least he's been staying healthy.
At least he's staying healthy. We got
I'm not sure. I say he's staying healthy, but I'm not sure how. Because he flip-flops. Some games, there's been some games I'm like, that's a pretty good game you had. And then there's been a lot of games I'm like, that's some bad games you had. So he's been, which I guess he is a rookie, but he's had some but I'm not sure what I feel about him.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. But I guess that's probably where we can end it
Yeah.
because there's really nothing to say. The season went down the toilet. In my opinion, even if we end up somehow beating the Jags and go into the playoffs, what does it even matter?
I was just a little bit in the futuristic thinking here, but I did listen to one Titan guy talking about that making the playoffs is actually going to be huge in the draft. If we miss the playoffs, maybe if we're 7-10, we could have like pick 10 or 11. And if we make the playoffs, we'll probably have like 19-20. I'm like, that makes a huge difference. I'm saying, do I want to make the playoffs and get destroyed in round one? Or do I want to miss it and have pick 10 11? I think I might weather that.
Yeah, in the end, I would, especially with off season going on, I would rather that. But in the end, if Tennessee Titans make it to the playoffs, I can't make myself root against them.
Well, here's the thing. If we make the playoffs, then we're going to have.
Oh, that's true. That's true. All
Pick
right, let me put it
19.
this way. It's week 18. It's the fourth quarter. It's 5 minutes. And Titans are down 17-20. And we have the ball. I am not just going to be like, man, I sure hope they intercept us and send us home. Like, I'm even though it would probably be better for our future and makes more sense if we were just to go ahead and just finish this suck of a season and just, lose 7 straight or however many, 7 straight and go 7-10, get a almost top 10 pick for the first time in forever. That'd probably be better for our franchise, but in the end, there's no way I'm going to be able to make myself root against us in a win-and-in situation.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So, yeah, go Titans against the Cowboys. Can't wait to watch this game tomorrow. Clear my schedule for that. That is for dang sure. So,
yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
No. I think that's it. Hopefully, and I'm assuming we will have a recap video of after the Cowboy game, even though it's probably gonna be like, "Woo, that was ugly" or something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, probably. So
Yep.
I guess that's it. I guess that's all from Josiah and Gabriel, Titan Bros. See you in the next one, which will be just a lovely, colorful little reaction to the Cowboys beat down on the Tennessee Titans. So peace out. Take it easy. See you next time.